Hey guys, welcome back to a new adventure. I am here at the Quarry hiking trail, which is located in the George Washington and Jefferson National Forests. This is going to be a new place for me to hike. I have not been here before, and it was a little bit difficult for me to find the trail here because, as you can see behind me, it's more like a paved road here, and there's not a lot of signs, except I found this little sign that said trail. So the first time I drove by here, I actually missed this hiking trail, but I'm glad I was able to finally find it. And as you can see, the sun is shining, and today it just feels incredible outside. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's literally perfect. It's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit with a light breeze, and I'm just really excited and just feel energized and good to be able to hike this trail. So I got everything I need in my backpack. This is supposed to be a 5.4 mile round trip hike. I got water, I got a tea in my backpack, and I got some delicious lunch that I have never brought before that I would like to show you, and hopefully it survives in my backpack. But anyway, this is going to be a fun trail, fun adventure, so come join me. We're going to have a great time. Well guys, the first thing that I noticed while hiking this trail is that there's a lot of downed trees. I'm not sure why they're there. My best guess is that could be because of the recent storm that we had, because we had a lot of lightning, a lot of storm, and maybe because of that, but it's a lot of downed trees. Like everywhere I go, I just see down trees, but there are some trees that I see also that are, you know, cut down on purpose, but I guess they're cut down on purpose to create a path because they're blocking the way, you know. But that's the first thing I noticed. But one thing I do like is that this trail is a very kind of a open trail, so I can kind of see a lot in the distance. You know, I see a bunch of hills. Since it's not in the middle of spring yet, where things are still not fully growing, I'm able to see, you know, a lot more. So let us continue, and I'm curious to see what it brings to. I'm not even sure if it's gonna come to view or not, but I'm hoping, and we'll see what happens. So as you can see, folks, I came to a place with some mountains, so I got a little bit of a view, and this is the perfect opportunity for me to drink some water because I am thirsty. So let's do a quick water break and continue on our way. And also, I am very hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off my hoodie. Whew. I feel much better. Very peaceful and quiet here. The only thing I can hear is just the stream, you know. It's kind of cool because I was on top of the stream, then I got to the level of the stream, now I'm again at a higher elevation than the stream, you know. So all right, feeling refreshed. Let's continue down this way. It looks like there's a hill coming up, so let's go. Alrighty guys, it is time for the second water break. What I've learned about this trail is that the Quarry trail actually consists of two separate trails that make it a loop. The first one is the Bach Hollow trail, and then the second one is the Heartbreak trail, which I'm not sure where they named the Heartbreak trail. So far this trail has been nice. I've been enjoying it so far. I was able to see some multiple views already, and I'm actually looking at one right now through the trees. It's kind of hard to see, but I mean, it's a beautiful trail. So there's nothing heartbreaking about that. All right, let's drink some water. Surprisingly, I got chilly. I'm feeling a little bit cold right now, but I know that as soon as I get my hoodie, I'm gonna feel hot because I'm still going uphill and stuff. But according to my map, it says the uphill should end here hopefully shortly, and it'll be a whole downhill all the way to the end. So I'm kind of excited about that. So hopefully that's gonna be what it says. All right, guys, so I have reached the Abbey Point overlook. I think this is the last overlook I'm gonna see before I make it to the end of the trail. So, but man, this is a beautiful overlook. I'm able to see the mountains. The sun, as you can see, is kind of setting down. That's why I put on my hoodie, because I'm already getting cold because of the sun. You know, the sun is going down and the cold is coming back up. So I want to go ahead and drink some water. I've been very thirsty today, and then I want to show you what I brought for lunch, which I'm excited to show you. This is something that is really delicious, and it's one of my favorite things to eat. So let me show you. Good news for me is that the hard part is basically done, because I'm basically done going uphill. From this point on, it's going to be downhill. So I'm excited. First thing that comes out of my bag is these chips. So these, you might think, oh, they're not healthy chips, but these are one of the healthiest chips that you can get. These only have 3 ingredients. They have avocado oil, salt, well, sea salt, and potatoes. Next, I got some bread here, as you can see. Sourdough, delicious bread, and I'm gonna need it for today, and I'm gonna show you why. Let me put these on the chips here. Next, I got my favorite vegetable. Got some onion. Can't wait to eat that. Next, out of my backpack is I got 1 apple. I realized that, like, sometimes I bring too much food, and last time I brought too much kind of fruits, and I didn't really finish all of them. So I'm like, let me just bring something small, like 1 apple. Should be enough for me. Brought a spoon. That's important. And now for the main dish. What do you guys think this is? Let me show you. I'm so surprised this did not spill in my backpack. I was scared about that because I have a lot of stuff in my backpack. I do not want to get dirty. Check this out. Oh no, I don't want this to fall. I don't know if you can see there or not. No, I don't think you can see it. But this is basically chicken soup, chicken and potato soup that my amazing wife made this morning. Cannot wait to eat this. This is the first time I ever brought soup on a hike. That's kind of crazy. Since this did not spill on me, I think I might be bringing more soups next time on more hikes, because this is so nice. It's nice and warm and hot. Let me go ahead and put it somewhere so it does not fall on me. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put it right here. Alrighty, guys, so it's time to eat some delicious soup with some bread, onion, apple, and maybe some chips. And then just gonna relax and enjoy this evening. So I'm gonna go ahead and pray and start eating. All right, folks, it is time to try the delicious soup. By the way, let me tell you what's inside the soup. So we got chicken. And you know what? Let me see if I can show you in the thing here. Check this out. I don't know if you can tell or not. Oh yeah, look at this dish of soup. So this is chicken, potatoes, carrots, garlic, maybe onion, parsley, and mushrooms, which I love. Here, you can see some mushrooms right here. Oh yeah. Let's try it now. Oh. Man, so good. Oh, this is the best soup like I ever had. Seriously, I love this soup. After this lunch, I feel like I can do another hike. Seriously, this is so good. Looks like we might be getting some rain tomorrow or another day, so this is probably the last day where we're going to see some sunshine until like tomorrow. Next day it's probably going to start raining. But we need it because it's already the almost the end of March here, so we definitely do need some rain. That way things start growing and hopefully we get the main bloom of the spring. I'm going to save the chips and the apple for later. Right now I just kind of want to eat a small dessert and drink a little bit of tea. So after that soup, I kind of want to eat a dessert, which is kind of this Unreal chocolate bar with coconuts in it. It's pretty delicious actually, and I'm going to drink my Earl Grey black tea, which is, as you guys know, this is just black tea and bergamot, which last time I drank it on my hike and I just been enjoying this tea, so that's why I brought it again today. Let me go ahead and taste it and see if it's still warm or hot. Well, I kind of had this tea all day, so it's lukewarm. So it's not hot or cold, but it's lukewarm, but it's still delicious. Let's go ahead and try the chocolate bar. This is how it looks like right here. Actually pretty delicious. I'm gonna need one more. Hope you don't mind. Man, it looks cloudy above me. Just hope it doesn't rain. Alrighty guys, I'm about to go ahead and start heading back to my car. I got about a 2-mile descent and I noticed that the air got much colder. Looks like the cold front is coming in and the clouds are getting darker and darker. So I don't want to stay here too long, but before I do, I just want to read to you guys one verse from the book of Psalms that hopefully is going to encourage you, inspire you, and help you out in your life. Because I don't know, you might be going through some hard times in your life right now. You might be going through times of uncertainty. You might be questioning things in your life. You might be asking like, God, why? Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? You know, why not somebody else? I don't understand. And I hope this verse will really help you and encourage you and maybe give you some answers in your life. So this verse is written in the book of Psalms, verse 30. Let me read it to you. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. I want to read it one more time. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. When I personally read this verse, the first thing I noticed is like, what is a buckler? I wanted to know what a buckler was. And upon checking online, I've learned that a buckler, it's like a small round shield that was lightweight that people or soldiers, I'm not sure, they used to carry that back then. And surprisingly, I learned that that shield really helped a lot. So as we learned here, that the Bible says that God is our buckler if we trust in him. But before we trust in him, we need to know that his way is perfect. And you might be asking, what do you mean, Victor? Like there's things going on in my life right now that I don't think God's way is perfect. It doesn't make sense to me. Like why is this happening to me? Why not somebody else? And why? You know, why are all these bad, hard things happening to me? And what I want to share with you guys is what my pastor preached this Sunday. So my pastor preached about when Jesus was walking with his disciples back then, when you read in John chapter 9, and they came to this, I guess, village or town, and there was this blind man. And what really surprised me is that God looked upon the blind man. When you think of a blind man is a person, of course, who doesn't see. And when you don't see anything, there's a lot more hard things that you have to do. For example, you have to beg for food. And that's what we had to do. You know, he had to beg for food. He had to beg for money. Basically, without sight, a lot of things you can't do, you know? And I'm pretty sure that blind man, he had those same questions that you might be asking right now. Is, hey, God, why is this happening to me? You know, he was probably an adult, you know, when Jesus saw him and started talking to him. And just imagine this man who all his life was blind, who had to beg, who was going through these hard times. And I bet in his life, he was thinking like, hey, what's the whole point of my life? Why am I alive right now? I don't want to live right now, you know? But God looked upon him. God came up to him. God healed him. And then that man believed in Jesus. And the disciples asked Jesus one question. He's like, whose fault was it? Was it the parents' fault, or was it his fault that he was blind from his birth? But Jesus said, neither. Neither. Because the whole point of all this, the reason he was blind, is so that God's will basically will be manifested through him, so that the works of God can be manifested through that man. The point I'm trying to make here, my friends, is that God's way is not our way. His thoughts are not our thoughts. The thing is, we're humans. We only see one way. But God sees a lot of different ways. God knew what he was doing when he made that man blind. And God knew what he was doing when he healed him. God had a whole plan and a reason for everything. That man, at the end, he came to Jesus. He believed to God. He was a witness to other people around them. And God really changed that man's life. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that God's way is perfect. It is, my friends. And I can speak from my own experience. There were times in my life where I felt like that, where I felt like, you know, there's no point of living my life. I felt depressed. I felt sad. I felt worthless, you know, but God changed me. I've surrendered my life, my will to him, and God changed me. And that's what I want to encourage you today, my friend. If you don't have Jesus in your life, if you're going blindly in this life, be like that man. God literally gave sight to that man. Let God give you that sight. Let him change you, and you will see that God's way is perfect. And the last point I want to leave before I go, man, it is getting dark. It really is. I need to start moving. And the last point I just want to try to make is that the word of the Lord is tried. What does that mean? It means that it's proven, it's tested. That's something you can rely on. And God is something you can rely on. His word never fails. If God says something, he will do it. And I've experienced that in my life, and I can tell you for a fact. If God says something, he will keep his word. We as humans, we will not, but God will. So if you haven't surrendered and given your life to Jesus today, if you're still walking, your own way, please, my friend, come to him. Surrender your life to him. Just give up your will. Give up yourself, and God will change you. God will give you freedom. God will give you direction in your life, and you will see that his way is perfect. Alrighty folks, as you can see, I'm back in my car. Safely made it back before it got completely dark, but I came pretty close, as you can tell. I'm gonna go ahead and start heading back home now. Just want to let you know that I hiked a total distance today of 6.73 miles, a total time of 5 hours, 1 minute, and a total ascent of 1,678 feet. So as you guys can see, that this was not like a long hike. I hiked almost 7 miles, but the elevation gain was quite a lot in my opinion. So I got 1,600 feet in elevation gain. So this was just not the easiest of the hikes, but I still enjoyed it. I was able to see a lot of views, which I'm grateful for. I was able to see different section of the trail. I was able to see some fallen trees and stuff. I was able to see like a creek, a river, and a few cascades. So I still enjoyed it. It was still pretty good, pretty decent hike, I would say. So anyway guys, I'm kind of tired and I'm ready to head back home. Hope you enjoyed this adventure. To be honest guys, I can't wait for spring. I really wish that the spring will come here sooner, but I'm really glad I was able to see just a little bit of growth. I saw some trees, the leaves, I guess, or whatever, is blooming slowly, but I'm just hoping that the spring will come here soon. Thank you again for watching this video guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you guys in the next adventure. Stay safe and God bless.